Hello farmers, my name is Chris. I'm the livestock specialist for National Crop. Today we are looking at a number of infrastructure, design and siting aspects that are expected at a feedlot complex. So as you see here, this is a typical pen feeding complex with a number of aspects where feed is manufactured at the farm. You see here, this is a tractor with a mixer. It was mixing feed. Then you see there, those are trucks. Feed ingredients are being bought from different places and now they're being offloaded. You see there some sacks there. It's of feed and hay. Very importantly, you see these are sheds there. Here, these are storage facilities and they are very important, especially when your scale of pen fattening actually grows up or it's massive. You need some form of where you keep your feed, your ingredients, even the equipment you use. Here you see here as an ingredient of the feed, there are some drums here where molasses is put into. So you buy the molasses in bulk, it's stored in these tanks. Then from there, it's taken into the ration for the feed. So you would expect this complex at a feedlot, not to be intimidated because this is a massive complex, but there's always substitutes for all this massive equipment you are seeing here, as you're going to hear later. Then again, very importantly, we always expect that at a feedlot complex, you have animals in and out quite frequently. So there has to be some form of infrastructure that allows you to load animals or to offload animals. So this is a typical offloading ramp or loading ramp where you are able to load or to offload your animals. As you see, it's made up of metal, a bit expensive, of course, but it doesn't follow that you always need to have something like this. You can also make use of sacks with soil. You fill them with soil, then you can heap them to form a shape that is like this. The idea is for you to be able to, the idea is for the animals to be able to move smoothly either into the truck or outside, or into the truck or into the pens. So we would expect something like this actually at a feedlot complex. Then some of the things we expect to see is your feed troughs, and obviously the pens, they have to be put in a systematic manner. You also see a neck clamp or sometimes a spray race where you are able to spray your animals, and of course where you are able to hold your animals. Maybe you want to inject them, you want to dose, etc. Now, looking in deeper into the feed troughs, as you can see, this is a very simplified version of a feed trough. It's wide. It's not like the usual feed troughs we are used to. But why they made this to be this big? It's wide enough to accommodate a lot of feed. So what they do, you can put feed at once here, and you push some to be closer to the animals. They can feed. Later on, you can come and then push this to where the animals are and so on. So under what circumstances do you need to have a structure like this? When labor is very limiting and you don't want to spend a lot of time, splitting your feeding in the morning and in the afternoon, you just come in once, you put all your feed, you push half of it towards the animals, the other part remains here. Later on, you can just come in and you push the other portion to the animal. But very systematically, you see here, this metal here, which is more or less 60 centimeters or 65 centimeters from here to here. And your animals are putting their heads here, they are feeding. Why? It's very, very important, of course, these metal bars. Why? It's important so that it restricts animals. They are feeding when their heads are down. And it does not allow much flexibility for bullying each other, for moving right around. So this is one way you can actually put your feed trough into place. It doesn't necessarily mean that you always have to use metals like this. You can use wood poles like this, treated wood. The idea is that we don't want animals to have a lot of space to be lifting up their heads and moving around, bullying others and so. So you can have something like this. You see, it's not deep. I explained that it was made to be this size in order to try and limit the number of times one should come in with feed. But I'll now take you to an ideal feed trough. A farmer must actually consider when you are establishing a feedlot